Hi out there in the YouTube, it's me, the Puzzle Master, and today I'm going to talk about how to deal with Taurus, the bull. Now, with Taurus, you got to break it down, okay? So, to its base components, it's an earth sign. The animal sign that was given to it was the bull. It's fixed, so meaning like in its nature, it's fixed, like immovable. This sign could be seen as like stubborn for that purpose. And its ruling planet is Venus. And this is my sun sign and my ascendant, so I have lots of strong Taurus qualities in my spirit and in my consciousness, so I can help to like give some understanding to this for you. So with those aspects, like they are very like about the material world, the physical, and like that can be seen as like they might be considered being greedy, but it's just actually that being an earth sign, they're very practical, and so like, and they are also, because they're ruled by Venus, they have the practicality, and it's like nature. Like if you imagine like a jungle, and like because you have the earth, and then there's beauty, so like the flowers and like the things and beauty in nature. And they have very good eye for being able to buy gifts for people. They enjoy doing so. Like if they're like true like good friend or in relationship, like they will put a lot of thought behind the gifts. Like they tend to not, they don't like receiving. Taurians don't like receiving like trivial gifts. Like if you were to give them like a small thing once in a while, compared to like just like a bigger thing, but like just once a year or something, that's like, if it's more heartfelt, then like, and more thought is put into it, and it has more value, then it will be more like, like I'm a Taurus, so, you know what I mean? Like, instead of like, would you want like roses or something, like once a week, or like a platinum ring on your birthday or something, Exactly. So, yeah, so it's kind of like about the flowers. And however though, not all about the flowers, because of the practical nature, it gives rise to those and Venus, it gives rise to beautiful things, but they can also be prone to being like the most melancholic of like, or like they can, not like a Cancer boo-hoo, like when they're like sad about stuff, about the world. Taurians can be sad about like just like a lot of stuff, and a lot of things that have to do more with like practicality, so like age and like getting older, a lot of these kind of things like wear and tear in our bodies and stuff can be very like depressing. Like I recently like hurt my knee, it made me feel like I'm like this old man, got a limp, and it's like, hope it's been like a week, and it's like I'm hoping it heals soon, like, but sorry, see, like that, like complaining about world pains and like stuff in the world that like we can't fix right away, like, but yeah, like if you're dating a Taurus person, like or like this would be more like for someone if that's your sign, like, so like from your perspective, if you're a Taurus, like you might think that the people are very like, the world's a good overall, like I just said that it can be like melancholic with like complaining about your knees and stuff, but there is all the beauty in the flowers, and ruled by Venus, which means that like it's the god of love, so it helps to like, I don't know, make connections and be like friendly with people, because that's what Venus kind of represents. Like it's not like Libra is another sign that is ruled by this, but it's a much different sign. Taurus is a little more negative, like because well, I'm a Taurus, and Tristan, if you know Tristan, if you've watched any of my other videos, he's a Libra sun, and yeah, so, and with the Venus element though, like I might be one to complain more about there being like an oil spill, and it just wiped out like 200 dolphins that all washed up on a beach, and they're rotten corpses, have flies buzzing around them, and just so we have to drive around our cars. Like, when are we going to come up with like something better than oil come on, like it's been over like 100 years of using that. And then the Libra person is just like, what happened to like the peace and harmony? Like that throws their balance like way off, and they don't like that. So if you're a Taurus, try to keep your complaints and stuff like that like a little to yourself, unless it's like, I don't know, with like friends and stuff, because people might see you as being kind of like a complainer. So, but overall, like, I mean, like every human individual has like ups and downs in their life. I just mean that Taurus also, it'll actually have less ups and downs. Like, I know I was just saying about that, but because they are fixed and they're the bull, they're strong, steady, and true. And like classic expression, like tried, tested, and true is like their motto. So you know what I mean? Like if something has been done before and it's safe, like they don't like to tread on new ground or like explore uncharted pastures. Like they're very cautious in that kind of nature and in their fixed nature. And when it comes to like they're being stubborn, it's more like if you're a Taurus, then like it's more that because you're ruled by Venus, any of the opinions or things that you've learned through your life, you know that you've learned them. Like you feel validated in that. And you know that there is people out there, you know, just like on YouTube, that are in books or like whatever, like any kind of subject matter, like on a, like, you know what I mean? Like you can find people like who are going to agree with you no matter what you want to think. Like, I mean, like there's so many religions out there and like different beliefs about the world. So like you can pretty much validate like just by saying that other people think it too doesn't really prove it. But to you, it kind of does, because like it's about like it can be shocking when someone else just like when you've just told them, especially if you opened up to another person and told them about your experiences or perceptions on things, and then they're just like shh, and like can be like tell you like the opposite, when it's like I didn't just say whatever belief off the top of my head. Like a lot of like they'll put a lot of thought behind their belief structures and like value systems, and to have someone else question those is like, back the fuck off, because like you don't know my life experiences and things that I've gone through that have helped for me to learn that. You can't like, I mean, like with life lessons, like it is good to read and like to go, because you can experience things through the like through their other people's knowledge and things that they've acquired in their lifetimes. But it doesn't really do justice to having the experiences yourself. Like that's why it's important to like go out and have life experiences and like do stuff and like interact and like have relationships. Because if you're just always like cooped up and just like reading, you might think that you're like storing away all this information, that you're so smart and you're learning about like different situations and moralities and stuff, but it's better, always better, to experience it firsthand. That's where like massive character trait development can take place. And Taurus being kind of fixed and stubborn, and a way to know if a Taurus like really loves you is if they will go outside of their comfort zone. Like if they will make a change to something that like they normally wouldn't for you, then like that mean like if they would go out of their way, like, you know what I mean, like then that's a good sign. And or like even just for friendships, like, and like and if you're a Taurus and you know what I mean, like because you care about your friends. Like it's a very it's ruled by Venus. It cares, like, and if it cares enough, then it's willing to make changes to those stubborn things that it is fixed on. However, just because they'll make the changes to things doesn't actually mean that they can, like, it's more like they'll have compassion for the other person, so they'll like allow things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they'll like embrace those changes internally. Like, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really go away. It just kind of like they're willing to be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like whatever. But not usually. So if they're like that, then they, yeah. But I hope that this video has helped. If you're a Taurus, I hope it's helped you to have some understanding of your character, and that you shouldn't try to like change yourself. Like, I mean, like, you are fixed, so, like, you know that already. You're not going to want to change yourself, so you already know that. But, yeah, for everyone else who's not a Taurus watching this, don't try to change other people, and don't try to change yourself. Like, relationships, like, you cannot always know how the other person is thinking or feeling. And so if you're in a relationship of any kind, be it, like, friendship or, like, romantic, like, it's always just, you know, your own thoughts and your own being. So, like, bring the best that you can bring to the table. And don't worry about responses or thoughts from the other person. Because as long as you are being, like, true to your individual self, then you're doing the best that you can do. And, yeah, I always think that honesty is the best policy when it comes to anything. And, I don't know if that's a Taurus thing, probably, because, my moon sign's Gemini, which, when you read about Gemini, it's not so trusting, because they're, like, all over the place, like, crazy, which is why I'm a little more chitter-chatter than a normal Taurus. But, yeah, Taurus can also be a little quiet. So, if you're a Taurus, also know that, like, if you're in, like, a large group of people, and they're all, like, looking at you and, like, smiling or something, they're, like, trying to initiate, like, for you to, like, talk to them, like, you know, like, Taurus can be a little shy, and, like, I'm not, but I mean, I've met a lot of other Taurus people, and, unless there's, like, other stuff going on in their chart that helps to bring that out, much like in me, then typically they're a little more reserved, like, unless you, like, poke them, because of all the signs, they also have the worst temper, like, I mean, like, not, like, crazy, like a Scorpio, will, like, cut you in little pieces, and, like, bury you in the woods somewhere, like not most of the time, like, very, like, 1 in a million, like, lightning strike or something, but, you know what I mean? But a Taurus person is more like, they'll just flip out right on the spot, like, they won't plan and do something crazy, like, do something cray-cray, but they'll be crazy right in that moment, like, if you're poking them, they'll just freak out, like, they won't be like, I'll get you later. Like, they'll just get you now. Like, that makes sense to people that know Tauruses. But, yeah, thank you for watching to the end, and subscribe if this is the first video, and check out some of my other ones. Let me know what you think. So, bye.